Hello, welcome to Faithless Love. I always thought the real danger was out there. But sometimes, the hardest battles are the ones we fight within ourselves. At that time, my wife and I had been married for 9 years. Our little boy had just turned 3. When the conflict broke out in our country, all I wanted was to protect my family. I sent my wife and son to live with her older sister in a safer place, while I stayed behind. I told myself, this is the right thing. I'm a husband, a father. My duty is to protect them. But when the door closed behind them, the silence hit me like a storm. The house felt unbearably empty. Work, food, sleep, the days all blurred together. But the worst part was the loneliness. I missed her laughter. I missed the sound of my son's little footsteps down the hallway. I felt abandoned, even though it was my choice. And then, one day in a crowded grocery store, I noticed her, a woman who smiled while everyone else looked like statues carved out of stone. Her smile struck me like thunder on a clear day. I didn't know it yet, but that smile would change my life forever. A week later, I saw her again. I fought with myself, but the loneliness inside me was louder than my doubts. I finally walked up, introduced myself, and we started talking. Soon, we were meeting more often, long conversations, walks together, coffee in little cafes. She was beautiful, gentle, and always there. I knew it was wrong. My family was thousands of miles away. But the more time we spent together, the harder it was to let go. It was a strange mix of joy and shame, because deep down I knew I was betraying everything I had built for the past 10 years. A whole year passed like that. And then the moment came when I was finally able to leave my country and travel to where my family was staying. I stood on the doorstep, my mind spinning with a million thoughts. The loudest one was, how will I explain this to my wife? But then the door opened. My son appeared, older, speaking in little broken sentences. He looked at me and asked, "Who's that?" My wife said firmly, "That's your dad." And when he ran up and hugged me, calling me daddy, every excuse I had built inside me disappeared. In that moment, I remembered what it meant to be whole again. But the truth was still haunting me. I kept texting the other woman. I even sent her gifts for her birthday, for Christmas. My heart was being torn in two. And then came that Christmas Eve. We were celebrating with family, everything felt perfect. Until my phone buzzed with a delivery notification. My wife picked it up. One look at the screen was enough, a gift delivered to an address 1,000 miles away. That was the moment my world fell apart. She scrolled through the messages. Her eyes. I will never forget them. Pain. Disappointment. Betrayal. She couldn't even look at me. That night, I packed my things and left. I tried to run from reality. I went to a concert with the other woman. We laughed, we danced. But inside, I was empty. Because the people who truly mattered, my wife and my son, weren't there. And that's when I finally understood. For years, I had been building something precious, something real, a family. And I was throwing it all away. I promised myself I would do everything in my power to win back her trust. I bought her gifts, I took her to places she had always dreamed of visiting, I tried to become the man she once fell in love with. It was painful, slow, and incredibly difficult. But step by step, through tears, long conversations, and forgiveness, we began to rebuild what I had broken. And when the day finally came, when she looked at me and said, "I forgive you," I cried. Because I knew I had been given a second chance. Today, I thank God for every moment with her and with our son. I try to be a better husband, a better father, and I cherish what I almost lost forever. And if you're listening to this story and going through something similar, remember this: even in your darkest moments, there is hope. Nothing is impossible. If you truly want to change. Thank you for listening. That's the end of my story. More real stories of love, pain, and forgiveness are coming soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share in the comments. Do you believe in second chances?